Oh. Sahana vavatu, sahana bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. Welcome all of you for this online satsang of Satya Sai Center of Arcadia. So today, instead of our regular study circle, we'll be focusing mainly on Lord Krishna, his message, his leelas, and Swami's discourse on Lord Krishna, and we'll have an extended Krishna bhajans also, because in few days the Sri Krishna Janmashtami is coming up. So August 12th is Sri Krishna Janmashtami, Lord Krishna's birthday. All the devotees are going to celebrate. So prior to that, we want to talk a little bit about Lord Krishna. Swami said Lord Krishna is a Paripurna avatar. There are many Amsha avatars, that means partial avatars, avatars with 15 kalas. Rama is considered avatar with 15 kalas, but Sri Krishna is considered Paripurna avatar with all the 16 kalas. So that is what the power. Because these avatars over ages come from time to time. As Lord Krishna himself says in Gita, in chapter 4, he says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. Whenever there is decline in the practice of dharma, I incarnate from age to age to so that establish dharma, so that people practice dharma. That is the avatar. The time to time when there is decline, Lord Rama came, then Lord Krishna came, then Buddha came, and Shirdi Sai came, Satya Sai came. So time to time these avatars come. But Lord Krishna is Paripurna avatar. Swami said Rama promoted Satya and Dharma. You know, for the sake of Satya, he gave away the kingdom and gave everything and went in exile in the forest to keep up the word of his father. He says, that is why he says, may give up my life, but I will never give up truth, Satya. And second is Dharma. He promoted, that is why it's called Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. He is the embodiment of Dharma, how to be a good king, how to be a good friend, and how to be a good fighter against the enemy, and how to be a good husband and a good father. So every aspect he showed how an ideal human being should behave. That is why those days he hid the divinity much. Only 12 rishis know that Rama was really a avatar of Lord Vishnu. Others were all deluded, and because he himself concealed by his Maya, and said, I am Dasharadhatmajam. Up. So he is the son of Dasharada. That is why Swami says he is considered Maya Manusha Veshadhari. He came as Manusha, as a human being, covering himself with his Maya. Whereas Lord Krishna came to promote these two values, mainly prema and shanti. So he's beautiful, the whole Bhagavatam is beautiful divine romance about divine love, his interaction with gopikas and all the various devotees. He promoted what really divine love means. And second is, he came to promote shanti. So Lord Rama was Satya and Dharma, and Krishna was Shanti and Prema. And that is why he annihilated all these demonic beings to bring the peace to the world. But our Lord Sai promote all the four: Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema. So all the human values. Now he added also Ahimsa. So that is what Lord Krishna came to establish, these two values of Shanti and Prema. But Swami says the inner significance. Krishna, do you know who named the Krishna? His guru called Garga. His guru named him Krishna because when they saw the baby, he was dark complexion. But he was so beautiful, unparalleled beauty. That's why it's called Anupama Sundara, unparalleled beauty. They could not control. Everybody could not take away the eyes. That is why divine beauty. So that is why God is called Sanatana and Nityanutana. He's ancient, but at the same time, every time you see, he looks so beautiful. That is why it is a divine beauty. So that is why, but he was dark complexion. So Garga said Krishna. That is why you see Krishna Pacha, Shukla Pacha. Krishna Pacha is dark face of the month, and Shukla Pacha. Same thing in Yajurveda, also Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda. Krishna means dark. But now we are realizing, even scientists, this dark energy is the real power, right? And that is what everything starts with dark energy. That is why probably our scriptures showed that Rama and Krishna are the source of the dark energy, because that indicates the depth. Sky, when it's dark, it is blue. Same thing, ocean, depth through dark, it will blue. So this is the indication. That is why he was named Krishna. But Swami said you should know the inner significance of Krishna. First thing is Krishna Karshayate iti Krishna, the one who attracts you, the divine beauty. So that is what he attracts by his divine beauty. They're like a magnet, big magnet. Others are small magnet, but this divine magnet attracts if you have divine pure love. And Swami said there is a beautiful even Madhurashtakam that is called. He says Adharam Madhuram. That means his lips are beautiful. Vadanam Madhuram. Hasitam Madhuram. His smile is beautiful. And Chelitam Madhuram. Gamanam Madhuram. And everything. Vachanam Madhuram. Your words are beautiful. Madhuradipate Akhilam Madhuram. Everything about is sweet. Your looks, your smile, your walking, your talking, everything. So because you are sweetness itself, Madhuradipade. That is why Krishna's name, inner meaning is Karshayate iti Krishna, the one who attracts. But there is another meaning also, Swami said. Krishite iti Krishna. Krishi means in the thing is like culture, agriculture. When you do Krishito Nati Durbhicham, there is a famous saying. Once you work hard, you do agriculture. So here, what does he cultivate? He cultivates our heart. He removes it. He plows our heart so that all these weeds, negative qualities are gone, so that we are pure. That is why, God gives us tests so that he purifies our heart. And classically, Swami calling us Bangaru. He calls us Bangaru not because you are gold. That means people say when he calls Bangaru, watch out. That means he's going to put you through the crucible. So he melt you, he get rid of the dross, and then he will beat you the hammer, and then he stretches you, but you'll finally turn out to be a good jewel. But the process is tough. So because God, when he loves you, he wants to make a good jewel. He wants to transform you. So second meaning of Krishna is Krishiti iti Krishna. And third meaning also, Swami said, It says, you should check Kushyate is the Krishna. Kushi, we are Kushi. That means happy. That means Lord Krishna is always blissful. That's why Swami says Rama first does the work, and then after finishing the work, he smiles. But Krishna first smiles always. That's why we sing the thing, Meta Smita Sundara. Always beautiful smile, and he says, Meta Smita Sundara. Always smile and then takes care. Even when he's killing the bad people, he will smile and take care of them. So that is the beauty, because that is why Swami also sings, bliss is my food. He's always blissful. He's Ananda Swarupa. That is why they say when he laughed loud, Ahladini, that is why Radha is considered a part of him. That it's nature of Ahlada, that bliss come out of it. So this is the inner significance of Krishna being a Purnavatar. But most of the people, even Krishna's time, there are many people, even when he went to the assembly of the Kauravas, they wanted to bind him. They thought he's a human being, that dull-headed people. That is why Lord Krishna says in Gita, Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanuma shritam parambhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. This ignorant mudha, avajananti, they insult me. Manushim tanumashram, they think I am this human being and embodied being. They don't know I am the supreme, all-pervading personality. And even another place in the Gita, he says, Avyaktam vyaktimapanyam manante abuddhaya. These dull-headed people, these ignorant people. He says so many people, abuddha, mudha. That means when you think God to confine that human form, forgetting that he is the all-pervading reality, that we are making a mistake. So that is why he wants us to realize he is the all-pervading reality. And there, another beautiful thing, Lord Krishna says in Gita in the chapter 4, says, Janma karma cha me divyam. Anybody who knows that my birth and my life is divine and my actions are divine, punarjanmana vidyate, they won't be born again. So all of us, including Swami, we should be convinced that God, he is divine and his acts are divine, everything. He is divine, whatever he says is truth, and whatever he does is dharma. That is the conviction we have. So then we will be one with him. That is the, Swami says we need to realize that divine thing. That is why Swami showed that he is same as Lord Krishna. That is why we have many things. He is Sarvadevata Swarupa. And a lot of, I don't want to tell again, like Lord Dr. Hislop, when he was going in the car with him, he gave a beautiful, that he says he could not take his eyes off Swami, because instead of Swami, he could see the Lord blue complexion Krishna, what we talk about in the scriptures. And same thing I told you, my father one time, he had the vision of, when he saw Swami, he saw him very dark complexion, and Swami confirmed it. He gave him the vision of Krishna. But that Krishna is there everywhere. I think I also shared this story when Swami was doing that Leelas in the Chitravati bed. One time he took a rock and he showed the people around. A scientist said, Swami, what it is a rock. Somebody said it's silica. Somebody said it's carbon. Swami did like that. And then what did it become? Sugar idol of Lord Krishna. So three things he is telling. So not only in human beings, but even in rocks, God is there. How is it? It is sugar idol. That is also symbolic. That means God is sweetness itself. So that is the thing. When we realize that, then really we understand the significance. So everything is nothing but Sarvam Krishnamaya. But when you want to really enjoy Lord, you should remember two things. One is his Leelas, another is his teachings. His Leelas is recorded as Bhagavatam. This is very interesting. Veda Vyasa, he's such a great man. He codified the Vedas, 4 Vedas. He wrote the 18 Puranas, Shastras, and wrote the big Mahabharata, which is called Panchama Veda. But he was not happy. His mind was agitated. Such a great saintly man, he was agitated. Then Narada comes and he asks Narada, please, my mind is restless, agitated, no peace. He says, you write, the mistake is you wrote everything, but you didn't write the Leelas of the Lord. Write the Bhagavatam, then you will have peace. Then that is the time Veda Vyasa writes the Bhagavatam. Because when he wrote Mahabharatam, that is why we should always be careful. Even though Vedavyasa is such a great sage, when he writes about Shekuni, when he bad man, Duryodhana, Dusha, all the bad people, your mind gets polluted because even thinking about them, writing them, even though you are not bad. That is why better we don't hear about bad people and see about the bad. So that is why he was agitated. Narada, sage Narada says. So now you write Bhagavatam, the Leelas of Krishna and the avatars, then you will be happy. Then he does that. But Swami said beautifully, Bhagavatam, everybody should in Telugu, he said, people who know Telugu, Bhagavatam chadivite bhagavatav. That means if you read Bhagavatam, bhagavatav, that means you will be well and good and happy. And but there is another significance of Bhagavatam, Swami said. Bha means bhakti, you will get devotion. Bha. Ga means jnanam, you will get wisdom. Va means vairagyam, you will get dispassion. Ta means tattvam, you will realize the philosophy of the real essence of scriptures. Mu means mukti, that is what everybody wants, liberation. So Bhagavatam, if you really read, you will get bhakti, devotion, you will get jnanam, wisdom, you will get dispassion, vairagyam, you will understand the tattvam, the philosophical nature of our self, which is Atma. Finally, you will get mukti. That is why this Bhagavatam is important. When you know sage, this Shuka, he taught Bhagavatam in 7 days to Parikshit when he knows he's going to die because of snake bite, because of the curse, unfortunate, even though he was such a great king, one mistake he did. So then he was prescribed to listen to this Bhagavatam just for 7 days. So he left everything, just sat at the shore of the river, and sage Shuka came and taught him this Bhagavatam, and that gave him redemption, so liberated. So that shows the power of Bhagavatam. What is Bhagavatam? Nothing but beautiful leelas, which are awesome, astounding, amazing, awe-inspiring. Actually, Krishna leelas is somebody, Leela Shuka says, just thinking and reading about them, you go into bliss. So I will just share a couple of beautiful leelas. Starting from his birth, where was he born? He was born in a prison. Because his mother and father, Devaki and Vasudeva, were imprisoned. Well, what is the prison? It is dark. But the minute Lord Krishna was born, what happened? The shackles of Vasudeva were all gone. Automatically they broke all the chains, they fell apart. And then what happened? The doors of the prison opened. And these soldiers who were guards, they were put into slumber. To show that when you have thinking about the Lord Krishna, when the divinity is born, automatically all our worldly bondage, shackles, attachments, everything will be gone. So the minute the Lord Krishna was born, this happened. This is a lesson. This itself is a leela from the time of his birth. And after his birth, he was born on a Ashtami, Krishna Ashtami, that is why it is called. And people consider Ashtami is not good, because don't do anything Ashtami, will get into trouble. So then I asked Swami, what is the Ashtami? He was born such a holy day. Why people say Ashtami is not good? But Swami said, you read the Bhagavatam, Krishna from the childhood, from the time he was born, all the time he was in childhood, and he had to go through so many problems. So all these demons comes, and Tataki, and this Kalinga, and then Shakatasura. So many, go on reading the Bhagavatam, so many demons and negative forces attacked him. But he was divine, so nothing bothered him, because he's God, so nothing can affect. But similarly, Ashtami will create you trouble. But if you are established in divinity, yes, you want to, nothing will bother you. But we are all humans, we have body consciousness, it will bother. So that is why Ashtami is not done. But Swami himself said, Na anugrahamunte grahalu emi cheyu. That means if my grace is there, God's grace is there, no planets will be affecting us. So we don't need to worry about planetary constellation. This is going to happen, that is going to happen. So that is what shows when God is installed in our heart, all our troubles are gone. Second Leela of this is the Leela of Putana. There is a lady, Putana, she comes. He was sent to kill Lord Krishna. He was a baby Krishna. So She asked Mother Yashoda, give me that baby so that I want breastfeed a baby. So Mother Yashoda innocently gives. So she wanted to give the poisoned milk to breast milk to Lord Krishna and kill him. So he got, you don't know, he's beyond everything. He's kalaya kalatitaya. So she feeds. So instead of she killing Krishna, he sucks so hard that she struggles for breath and she dies. The beauty of that, though she was demoness and dies, when they did the funeral pyre and smoke, the beautiful, the smell of perfume, air, everything was full with perfume. First, she is demoness, and she was anybody when you burn, not a good smell comes. Here, beautiful because they describe the sages that because she was touched by Lord Krishna, his love. So anybody, even the demons can be transformed into the good people. There is beautiful smell, aroma comes when that are born. And another thing Swami said in the story of Putana. Do you know how Putana was saying? That is why she wanted to kill. There are two things. This shows our thoughts are important. In the previous time, life, she was the daughter of Bali Chakravarti called Ratnavali. So what happens is in the time of Bali, this Vamana goes, right? So he asks for the thing. So, and Vamana was so cute. He was small and so cute. And I mean, so he goes to, as soon as he sees this Vamana, this Ratnavali, which is the daughter of Bali, oh, how cute this boy is. I wish he is like, he is my son. I wish I was his mother. So she had that motherly feeling. She loved him. She looked so beautiful, handsome. You know, God comes in that Vamana Vadugu form. She loved him. I wish I am his mother. Then suddenly, after a while, she suddenly sees this Vamana putting his foot on the top of the head of her father, Bali, and pushing him down into Patala, Netherlands. She got so mad. My God, I'm going to kill this man. So that so much strong, negative, hateful feeling of killing. So these two feelings, motherly feeling, want to feed, and second thing is thing to kill. So just that is why the feelings are very important. Bhava, Swami says, yad bhavam tad bhavati. So next life, he has to take this Putana. So she had that motherly instinct was fulfilled because she wanted to feed Lord Krishna, and she wanted to kill because of that what he did to one. So that is why these feelings are very important. This is the story of Lord Krishna's Leela. Two other Leelas I want to share. So when God comes in human form, we all get confused. Maya is so powerful. Actually, I was going with Swami one time in the car. I remember near the uh, present W6 building. I asked Swami, said, what more? Swami, please don't confuse me by your world bewitching Maya, because God's Maya is so powerful. Swami didn't say, yes, yes, don't worry about my Maya, I will take care. He says in Telugu, Nuvu Vashishta Vishwamitra Jamadagnula Kante Gopava. So just watch out. He says, are you think you are greater than Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Jamadagni? Even those guys were deluded. That means always be alert, ABC, always be careful, because in Maya, you never know when you can take over. Like Yashoda, she saw so all the worlds in Krishna's mouth, right, when he opened, but then she forgot. She thought again that the baby. So that is the power. So what happens is this Brahma, who is the creator, he thinks this boy, they say he's Paripurna Avatar, he's a Parabrahman. How can he be? He's playing with these cowherd boys and girls, eating their food and stealing the butter. How can then be Parabrahman? So he wanted to test Krishna. That is a foolish thing. So he hides all the Gopalas and also the cows. He hides them all, takes them. Let us see what will Krishna do. Then Krishna multiplies into all those cows and all the Gopalas. And this went on for a year. He wanted to test how long. And then this brother of Krishna, Balarama, watches. My God, there's more affection between Krishna and these Gopalas and cows than before. He was wondering why. Then he realized he himself multiplied into this. So after a year, Brahma comes, my God, everything looks this, all this thing I had, they are there. Then he realizes, Lord, I got deluded by your Maya, forgive me. He falls flat at his feet and asks for forgiveness. Even to show, even Brahma can get deluded, because when God takes human form, because there is Daivi Shesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. Lord Krishna says, my Maya, it is divine, and Duratyaya, you cannot cross easily. Daivi Shesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. Then how do you cross the Maya? Mamevaye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite. Just by surrender to me completely. Prapadyante, prapatti, Maya metam prapadyate, Maya metam tarantite. You will cross the Maya. So this is the lesson even for Brahma, the creator, got confused when Lord comes in the human form. Then there's another story of the Indra. A lot of, the beautiful, so many songs, Govardhana, Giridhari, Giridhari, Govardhana, Giridhari. So there is the most popular Leela, because the town, they were always have to celebrate, and they have to express gratitude to the gods, particularly Indra, once a year. But Lord Krishna, he wanted to teach a lesson, because these gods get also arrogant. They think they're great. They think he wanted to teach them a lesson. He tells everybody, you don't need to do anything important to him. Who is giving us daily food, or for shelter and help? Is these cows and this forest, this mountain. So all this is helping. So we should be grateful to Govardhan. Let us do the Giri Puja and Puja for the cow. So, and then people said, no, 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 Indra will get mad. We'll see. And then really Indra, in his foolishness, he gets mad, and he does the big rain of stones and tries to demolish. Everybody was scared. And then what does Lord Krishna say? That is the time he takes the Govardhanagiri up on the tip of his uh, little finger, and protects everybody underneath. And there, what are those? Everybody, they said, oh my Lord Krishna, such a small boy, he's doing this. Let us help. All the Gopalas, everybody tries to help to hold the, in their foolishness, when he could, he lift in little finger, what can these people do? Similarly, Swami, in his divine mission, he is doing everything. We think, okay, let me do this. He is running the show. What can we do? He is running the show. He giving the opportunity for us to be under his protective umbrella, so that he says, and then he realizes his mistake, Indra, and he says, please forgive. So here, another lesson is respect the nature. There's another beauty history also about Govardhana. In Rama Avatar, when he was building the bridge for Sri Lanka, it is said they were bringing many rocks to build that bridge. But there's one big mountain they were bringing, but by that time already the bridge is done. So they put the bridge, this mountain which was not used. It felt so depressed, sad. Oh, I am not used in this construction of the bridge. She was crying. God sees the feelings of everything, because everything has consciousness, including Swami showed Sari, he was weeping for his love. Like there are many things Swami showed, you have no time. So it was weeping, this mountain. Then Lord Rama says, don't worry, I will use you in my next avatar. That mountain is the one used as Govardhanagiri in this avatar of Krishna. So that way there are so many Leelas, Kalindi Mardana, every Leela like Akrura Leela, there are so many. They go on listening to those Leelas, you will be so much in bliss. That is why he says this Leela Amrutam, that is why it is called nectar of listening to the Leela. It will make you immortal. That is why he says, Lord Krishna, Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam. My devotees keep their heart and soul and talk about my glories. That is how they are very, very happy. So this is the Bhagavatam, the Leelas. I would suggest, please read Bhagavata Vahini, which Swami himself has, in his infinite compassion, has written so beautiful, this Bhagavata Vahini. So which Swami says Ramayana has beginning end, but Bhagavatam has no beginning, no end. And it gives all the things for a spiritual seeker what we need. This is the beautiful Leelas of the Lord. Finally, I want to end with few devotees. Whenever there are three things, whenever God comes human form: Bhakta, Bhagavan, Bhagavatam. That means God. And there is no God without a devotee. If there is no devotees there, who will care for him? And Bhagwan, so that is why Bhagavan, Bhakta, and Bhagavata. Bhagavata is the Leela, the relation between the three. So all are equally important. Bhagavan is important. Bhakta is, that is why you hear all these beautiful stories of Dhruva, Prahlada, Gajendra in Bhagavatam. And then the Leelas. These are the three important aspects of the Bhagavatam. So just main thing is for us how to love God. We should see some example. One is Gopikas, the cowherd girls of Vrindavan. They know what is real love for love's sake. For whatever they think, that what all they think is of Lord Krishna. And they see beautiful cloud, they say, oh, this looks like hair of Krishna. And you see the creeper around the tree, oh, it is like we are around Lord Krishna. And they see the reflection in this lake, they think of Krishna. Anything, whatever they see, they are completely God intoxicated. Krishna consciousness, everything for them. And one time Sage Narada sees one of the gopis was sitting on the river bed, and just she was doing meditation. So they said, oh my God, why Gopi, you have to do the meditation? My God, this Krishna comes in all my thoughts. I am not able to do my chores in the house. I can't cook. I can't do this. My mother-in-law beats me up if I don't do that. So I'm trying to get this Krishna out of my mind. Whereas we have to do the other way around, bring God into our life. That kind of love for love's sake. There are many stories Swami shared about how the love of Radha for Krishna, and many Suguna, many other Gopikas, how they had. And recent times, there is one great king by name Kulashekar Alvar. You know, Alvars are Vaishnav saints. There are many Alvars. This Kulashekar Alvar was himself as a king. So he was a great king and a very virtuous Vaishnavite. But when he was when he became old, he gave away his kingdom and he sat on the temple, the steps, and he said, just he was sitting there. Why? So that he can collect the dust of the feet of the devotees who go to the temple and put on his head. That is why he's a great saint. And what does he say in his, one of the beautiful things, this also you should read, there is a thing called Mukundamala. This is what he wrote. I don't care for heaven. I don't care for hell. He says, my lifetime, I want to be your devotee. Naham vande tava charana yodvanda madvanda heto kumbhipakam gurumapi harim. Like in kumbhipakam, that great Naraka, I don't care, and I don't care for this thing. I want only your grace. That is what kind of thing Kulashekara Alvar says. And similarly, the other devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. They say he's incarnation of Radha and Krishna. So these are the people who showed how we should love God. And finally, the important thing is the message of Lord Krishna. That is in the Gita. And Swami said, Krishna took 3 vows. I will end here. So please refer to this discourse of Swami, Divine Discourse in 1977. This is very beautiful, powerful discourse Swami gave on Krishna. Because those days, he says in Vrindavan, Swami says, these cowherd girls and boys, they used to carry what is called bracelet, kankana they used to call. That means they used to have silver bracelet. So Lord Krishna had 3 silver bracelet, like indicating 3 vows. I will tell you these are 3 very important vows Lord Krishna said, and we should remember that so that we are always happy and blissful and have one pointed focus on Lord Krishna. First vow he said is Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. This is in the 4th chapter, 8th sloka. So I have taken this incarnation to destroy the wicked people and help the virtuous people, help the saintly people. So it is not, Swami said it's a even deeper meaning to get rid of our negative demonic qualities. As I said, we all have demonic qualities, pride, attachment, anger, greed. So he came to destroy those negative qualities. And he wants to sadhunam, good qualities. What are those? Love, compassion, and kindness. So he came to promote that. So that is the purpose. So that is the vow. So whenever Swami comes to destroy these demonic qualities and give us the divine qualities. Second vow he took is, this is also in chapter 9, that is the Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yogam. It says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Those who keep their heart and soul in me and only think about me, so I will give them what they lack, yoga, and I will preserve whatever they have. Yoga, what you don't have, don't have good jobs, he will give you a job. And if you have good job, he will try to make sure you don't get the pink slip, you don't lose the job. Yoga, what you don't have, he will give, and what you have, you maintain. If you don't have good health, he will yoga, he will give you good health. If you have the good health, he will try to maintain. That is what the yoga kshemam vahamya. And finally, the most important is the third one, which is the vow he gave. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja ahantva sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami mashuchaha. He says, this is in the chapter 18, sloka 66. He says, those who are really love me and they give up everything and mamekam sharanam vraja, they think about me only, they surrender to me. So what will I do? I'll get rid of their sins, I'll get rid of their grief, and what will he give? Moksha itself, liberation itself, the highest he'll give. But for that, the qualification is Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, surrendered to me alone. So this is the third vow. So I want all of you to go back and refer these three vows which Swami talked about in his Divine Discourse 1977. The first one is about Paritranaya, that how he gets rid of our negative things and gives the positive. And second is he will take care of our yoga and Shema. And finally, he gives liberation itself. So let us pray to Lord Krishna to bless us so that we receive his divine grace and blessings and follow his teachings always. Jai Sai Ram. Now we are going to have the divine discourse of Swami, which will be about 4 minutes. This is given on the Krishnastami day, where Swami talks how beautiful this Paripurna Avatar Krishna. Just saying one name, Lord Krishna, all our troubles are gone, will be blissful. So beautifully he talks about the Lord Krishna, his Leelas and his message. These 4 minutes, please listen, and after that we'll have announcements and bhajan. Jai Sai Ram.
కృష్ణుని యొక్క లీలల్లో మహత్తరమైనటువంటి లీలలు, మహాశక్తివంతమైనటువంటి లీలలు ప్రదర్శించాడు కృష్ణుడు.
The sport of Krishna is beyond all narration, comprehension and estimate.
కృష్ణావతారంలో పొందినటువంటి యొక్క ఆనందము మరి ఏ అవతారంలో కూడాను ఎవరు కూడాను పొందలేదు.
The bliss enjoyed by the people in Krishna's age, in the incarnation of Krishna, no one else ever enjoyed that blissful state.
కనుక మీరు కృష్ణావతారంలో పొందినటువంటి యొక్క అనుభూతిని మీరు జ్ఞప్తి అందించుకొని మీరు కూడాను మీకు తోచినటువంటి జ్ఞానం చేత భగవంతుని పాడుకొని ఆనంద పెట్టండి.
You think those days of Krishna, incarnation, and sing in glory of God and enjoy the same state of bliss even today.
ఈ గానలోలుడైనటువంటి యొక్క కృష్ణుడు,
Krishna who loves music,
మనోలోలుడైపోతుంటాడు.
also loves the human heart.
ఇటువంటి మనస్సుకు ఒక్క పాట మాత్రమే సరిపోతుంది.
And it is only the music that melts the heart.
కృష్ణ అవతారంలో లీనమైనటువంటి యొక్క భక్తులు మరి ఏ అవతారం నందు కూడాను ఎవరికి ఆ విధంగా లీనం కాలేదు.
The kind of marja, the kind of culmination, climax in the path of devotion enjoyed by a devotee in Krishna's age never happened later.
భగవంతునితో ఏకమైపోయినారు.
In fact, many of the devotees, good lot of them merged in God in the times of Krishna.
దైవంలో మధ్య కావాలంటే ఒక గానమే ప్రధానమైనది.
It is only the divine music that helps the devotee to merge in the deity.
కాన గానప్రియుడు అనేటువంటి దానికి ఇది సరైనటువంటి అర్థంగా తీసుకోవాలి.
This is the true meaning in the divine music.
కృష్ణ ఒక మాట మాత్రం చెప్తే కూడా చాలు.
If you just utter the name of God, Krishna, once it's enough.
ఆ విధమైనటువంటి ఒక గానం చేత మీరు దైవాన్ని పొందండి.
You reach God, attain God by music.
అటువంటి ఆనందాన్ని పొందాలనుకున్నప్పుడు దైవమును ఏదో ఒక రాగము కల్పించుకొని ఈ రాగం చేత మీ యొక్క హృదయ రాగాన్ని ఏకం చేయండి.
If you want to enjoy that blissful state, sing the glory of God with that divine melody wholeheartedly.
కానీ అటు రాగమే మీకు తెలియకుండా పోయినప్పుడు అది ఒక రోగంగా తయారవుతుంది.
If you don't know how to sing in correct tune raga, then naturally it will be roga or disease.
కనుక విద్యార్థులారా,
Students,
మీరు ఎన్నియో భజనలు చేస్తున్నారు.
you do bhajans.
అందరూ కూడా భజనలో పాల్గొంటున్నారు.
All of you join in chorus.
కానీ ఒక్కొక్కరు ఒక్కొక్క రాగంగా పోతుండాలి.
But each one seems to sing in their own way.
నిజంగా వారికి తెలిసినటువంటి రాగంలో మీరు ఏకమైపోతే,
If you join all the rest of the people in perfect
మీ
harmony,
హృదయంలో భగవంతుడు కూడా లీనమవుతాడు.
you will find God within you in your own heart.
కనుక భగవంతుని మనం లీనం చేసుకోవాలంటే ఏదో మనకు తెలిసినటువంటి ఒక రాగంగా తీర్చుకొని ఆ రాగం చేతనే మనము గానం చేయవచ్చు.
If you want to identify yourself with God in you, installed in your heart, you have to sing His glory in perfection.
ఇటువంటి కృష్ణావతారం లోపల అనేక మందికి అనేక విధమైనటువంటి ఒక దర్శనమిచ్చి సందేహాలు తీర్చి వారిలో లీనం గావించుకున్నటువంటి ఒక అవతారము కేవలం మృదుమధురమైనటువంటి ఒక మాటల చేత భగవంతుని సంతోషపెట్టినటువంటిది కృష్ణావతారం ఒకటి.
It is only Krishna's incarnation that has granted many of the devotees with mysterious, ununderstandable, inexplicable leelas and experiences. The God who is pleased by the melody and the music.